The complaint stipulates that President Trump, quote, is subject to the same good character requirement that applies to all other licensees. There is no statutory exception for the rich or the powerful, they say. So does the D.C. Advisory Neighborhood Commission have a case? Tonight's Legal Eagles, Brian Rotella and Leeza Garber join us live. Good to see you both.
Great to see you.
Leeza, I gotta say, Leeza, when that one guy who's pushing this says it's not a political stunt, I was shaking my head.
Me too. It's this entire episode is patently frivolous, just like the Trump Organization has said in public statements, because quite honestly, this is completely ridiculous. They're looking at a piece of the D.C. Code that says good character, and under the D.C. Code, it's actually not defined what good character means. Generally, you would think of criminal activity, which they're not saying Trump committed any crime. They're saying that he has a bad reputation and he has all of these moral issues, but there's no case here, and there's also no legal precedent for any type of action like this. They don't have a leg to stand on.
And Leeza, tell me a little bit more about how this may affect real people, because you've got these folks on the left saying we want to go after Donald Trump, but it seems to me that who you're going to impact are the waiters and waitresses and the bartenders who, if all of a sudden they're just selling Diet Coke instead of martini, it seems to me they're going to get less tips. And by the way, the D.C. government is going to get less tax money, aren't they?
Exactly, Ed, and that's why this petition is so problematic. Of course, they have a right to petition. There are some little legal issues, like they're not in the right neighborhood to petition. This liquor license actually isn't up for its review until next year, so they have some timing issues and some distance location issues.
Yeah.
But at the same time, as part of the petition, they said, well, it's actually in the public's benefit to revoke this liquor license. It's not. It's going to take away money from the community. It's going to take away a huge source of jobs. It's going to impact everyone really negatively.
Brian, whether it's in the public's interest or not, I simply don't know, but it's not in my interest because I've been to that hotel a couple times for a cocktail. Tell me why they should be able to revoke the license.
Well, Ed, the last thing we want to do is take a cocktail away from you on your birthday.
Thank you. Especially
two lawyers. But, I'm a lawyer who actually doesn't like lawsuits, which also puts me in a minority. But I spend most of my time talking to boards and CEOs about lawsuits. And when I tell every CEO I have and every board, lawsuits come down to two things is why they're filed. One is they're either to humiliate and embarrass, or the other is they are to punish. And I'll agree with Leeza on this. This looks like a lawsuit that's based to humiliate or embarrass the president. But let me tell you, it's like that movie, The Gremlins, remember, where you start with if you flash some light on Gizmo, or if you put some water on him, or if you fed him after midnight, it can really turn into something ugly. Let me tell you briefly how that can happen with this one.
Yeah.
Guess what court would oversee if, for some reason, this commission, this bar commission, were to make a ruling against Mr. Trump, President Trump?
Supreme Court or somebody else?
No, it's the circuit court in D.C. Guess who's sitting on that right now? Judge Kavanaugh.
Although he's supposed to step down, yeah.
Right, so
but
guess what?
He's conflicted, obviously.
Well, he's going to get questions, I'm sure, when he's being talked to by the senators. He's going to get some questions about
That's a good
this.
Point. Brian, real quick, I got to ask you one thing, though. Like I said, I've been to that hotel. About 2 blocks away, they have a statue of guess who? Marion Barry, who I remember, I don't want to tarnish his legacy. He's since passed away. But they got a big statue honoring him like a block or two from the hotel, the D.C. government. And last I remember, he was caught with like crack cocaine or something like that. So who are they to judge the Trump hotel?
Hey, look, Ed, you're not going to get a disagreement from a lawyer even on that here. And I got to tell you, when I look at this is I look at Rudy Giuliani, who's a really good lawyer. Yeah. And what I would be telling the president is one person he should be looking to is a Clinton, and it's actually Bill Clinton. Because remember, when Bill Clinton, the reason that he got suspended was because of his bar license in the Lewinsky case.
It was. That's right. Leeza, Brian, appreciate your time. When we return, we already knew many Democrats